All right, welcome back everybody to another video. Now, I want to jump right into this leaked audio. This is one of the biggest leaks of the entire Epstein saga. And it's not some scandalous photo. It's not some debaucherous activity that's revealed between Jeffrey Epstein and correspondence with some other billionaire. All of that stuff is bad, but we've already seen that. We've seen tons of it. This is different. This is correspondence between Jeffrey Epstein and the former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, or however you pronounce his name, in which Jeffrey Epstein is telling him all about Peter Thiel, and he is telling the Israeli Prime Minister that he should approach Palantir founder Peter Thiel. So I'm going to play that audio here because it's actually about a minute and a half of audio between Jeffrey Epstein and the former Israeli Prime Minister. The reason this matters is Peter Thiel has staked his entire career, company, and reputation on the fact that he is not involved with Israel, that he is not some sort of factor or aspect within the Israeli machine or the Mossad machine. I want to play this clip first. This is Peter Thiel from last year on Joe Rogan, going to very great lengths, but saying it very carefully. And notice right at the end, he says it very succinctly, but you have to really listen. What he does is he tries to shift focus away from Israel and instead put focus on the U.S. government. So take a look at that first, and then let's go ahead and play this other clip.
About, why was he so protected? And then, I went down all these rabbit holes. Was he, working for the Israelis or the Mossad or all this sort of stuff? And I've come to think that was very secondary. It was obviously, it was just the U.S., if you're working for Israel, you don't get protected. We had Jonathan Pollard. He went to jail for 25 years or whatever. But
unrelated, right?
Understood. But this is one
particular operation.
It was if it was an intelligence operation, the question we should be asking is what part of the U.S. intelligence system was he working for?
Okay, so that was Peter Thiel again, really trying his best to shift blame away from Israel and his alleged involvement in Israel, because you have to understand at this point in time, Peter Thiel was already under the spotlight. A number of individuals, people online, commentators have already or had already made the point that they assumed Peter Thiel was likely involved with Israel and Mossad to some extent, and by extension of that, Jeffrey Epstein. Now, Peter Thiel has gone to great lengths to try and whitewash his name from all involvement with Israel and Mossad. But here is Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just going to leave this clip with you guys. You can let me know what you think in the comments. This is Jeffrey Epstein in conversation with the former Israeli Prime Minister. This is a massive leak. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section.
He thought there was two cyber companies. Look out, and even though I know Peter, I've never met Peter Thiel, and everybody says he sort of jumps around and acts sort of strange, like he's on drugs.
Smoking, yeah. He looks under drugs.
However, he has a company called Palantir, P-A-L-L-E-N. T-I-E-R. Palantir is Peter Thiel's company. And look out.
Palantir, P-A-L-A-N-T-I-E-R?
Yes.
How you write Thiel? T-H-I-E-L-L-Y?
T-H-I-E-L.
L-L-Y?
No. T-H-I-E-L-L.
Okay.
So he thought that Peter would put you on the board of Palantir. Peter Thiel is one of the best. I've never met him. He's going to come here next week. So I wanted to talk to him after I talked to you.
Okay.
He and Andreessen, it's called Andreessen Horowitz. Andreessen Horowitz, they pay Larry $1 million a year just to advise them.
Andreas and?
A-N-D-R-E-E-S-O-N, Andreessen, and Horowitz.
And Howard,
Horo, Horowitz.
what they are? It's a lobbyist. What they are doing?
They are the biggest venture capital people in Silicon Valley.
What, bigger than Sequoia or Kleiner
Th-
Perkins?
These are the new Kleiner Perkins. Everybody, these are the smart boys. So those two companies right away, in terms of, I said that we need now, in the next 3 weeks, if you're going to leave.